Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please consider to subscribe. If you are new, subscribe, like the video, and tell us what you think about what we're about to discuss. We are here to talk about what is going on in Burkina Faso. Some of you are aware, some of you are current of the event of what is going on in Burkina Faso and why Burkina Faso is taking a shape that all Africans need to emulate. Even though Biafra are the one that started this, okay, from time ago. But let me not just go back to the history because I don't want the video to be too long. So today, there's a news of that Biafra, not Biafra, Burkina Faso are now taking a new steps to recover all their natural resources. We know they have gold. You know, one of the main natural resources in the Burkina Faso is gold, and the companies mining those gold are foreign companies, British company and American company, but mainly Britain. And 90% of the natural resources and everything about the country, most of all African countries, to be honest with you, like Nigeria and all that, 90% of the profit and the what they're benefiting from that is going to this company, foreign companies that are mining and draining oil and for them and all that. Burkina Faso own is gold, and that's what they're known for. Now, the current president that that is in charge, that military guy, which you are seeing his picture, you have seen his picture, and you are going to see it here as well as we proceed. He decided to step up to do the normal thing that every country that want to succeed will do. Gaddafi have done it in the past, and he's not doing it. I don't want to bore you. Let's go through this write-off from Joseph Okechukwu, and I will read it for you. Okay, if you want to read more, you can go to his maybe if you want to read on your own, you can go to his Twitter handle, then you see it. Burkina Faso have retaken their gold minings from British companies said to be the largest miner in Africa. And guess what they did after retaking the miners? They immediately, nationalized them. This is what Gaddafi did in Libya. Like I said, as soon as he took power, he nationalized the national oil wealth, and Libya became heaven on earth. That was what Gaddafi did. All the money that that the West was stealing from the countries through their corporation stopped, and they began to receive all that money. Like, they will first of all colonize you, and they will pretend that they let us work together. Because they have company that is mining, and they don't want to teach you how to do that. But what is going on between Russia and one country in Europe? I don't want to mention the country so that they will not flag this video. What is going on between Russia and them have triggered some partnership. Russia opened some doors for those so-called third world countries, organized crime that are committing in the name of colonizing you and doing all these shenanigans. Russia have opened door for countries that want to progress to take advantage of that, and Burkina Faso are not taking advantage of that, which is very, very nice to see. What this Burkina Faso president did is what Britain don't want. That's why you hear they hate Igbo, they hate Igbo. This is the problem. They know that the only Igbo will not allow them to continue sucking and mining and taking and draining everything, keeping you empty. They understand it very well. That's why they choose to use Fulani people to subdue and suppress people that actually know their secret. Do you understand it? So this is exactly what Burkina Faso has done. Little by little, they will take back all the natural resources in the hands of colonized corporation and nationalize to enrich their citizens. That is how a third world country becomes a first world country. That is how you break loose from Neocolonial stronghold, not playing to the gallery. When you tell Nigerians where their problem is coming from, they will foolishly and flagrantly, ignorantly dismiss it and says, "Forget Oyibo. The West is not our problem. We are the problem." Yes, collaborators from the insider are the problem. But educate yourself first on who is buying you. It is Western corporations, the parts for the continuation of the colonization which they make all these African countries president sign, imply their cooperation. We have the right of first refusal on any natural resources discovered in your land, discovered in your countries. These things are documented. Read it up. That is why they are in charge of mining and draining and tapping all natural resources in your countries. And the money goes back to Europe. They only leave you with crumbs, and yet you have refused to wake up. Look at small Burkina Faso talking like giant. Wasted so-called ceremonial giant of Africa is their crowning in fear and trembling out of its convoluted mind. You know, what this our brother is saying here has been the issue from beginning. Who can step up? Who will step up and, push them away? Now, cleverly, very, very clever, very, very smart, and you may say criminal mind. Britain have used in a cunning way. That's the word. They use the word cunning. Okay? In a cunning way. They use their brain against Africans, against Nigerians. And that's why they know the mentality of the Northerners. They sat down and analyzed African people. They know how weak you are. They know. The reason why they focus all their energy on Igbo people to make sure that Igbos are thought they are the last, let alone having hands on affairs. For them to allow you to be who you are simply means that you are, not a threat. I don't want to insult anybody, but you understand what I mean? Because in Nigeria today, Britain prefer to deal with Hausas. They prefer to deal with Yorubas than Igbo. That's the reason for that. Don't think that it's because you are this, you are that, because some of them are reading, like I always say, this 20-leaf history that some of you are carrying along, carrying around will not help you. Find out the problem. With the help of Russia, Burkina Faso is not doing the right thing, at least to push, because some people say Europeans are developing. Without Africa, there's no Europe. They will be begging for peanuts. I'm being honest. Britain don't have any land to mine any gold. They don't have it. But they have more gold reserve than most of African countries. I don't want to bore you with this. Listen, and I will be right back.
Nationalization of natural resources has always been a muddy area for any nation's economic and political waters. But in a game-changing move, Burkina Faso has done it, nationalizing 2 major gold mines that were the subject of a long legal dispute between a British company and a US-registered African firm. The decision gives the government of Burkina Faso control over valuable mining assets, but it also puts a target on the back of the government. Burkina Faso already struggles to obtain military equipment from countries that mine minerals in the West African nation, and now it's on track to being isolated and scrutinized only because it has decided to stand up for itself and take charge of its sovereignty.
Certain powers have refused to sell us equipment, have blocked the equipment we have bought from certain countries because they have licenses for certain components, and its power exploits minerals in Burkina Faso. I say this loud and clear and solemnly. This will stop. We're going to withdraw the mining licenses. You cannot exploit our resources. We will not accept your refusal to sell us equipment or to block our equipment. We're going to get our licenses back and we're going to exploit them ourselves.
You may be asking yourself, who is Endeavour Mining? Well, Endeavour Mining is one of the world's leading gold producers and the largest in West Africa. It is a UK-based company that has mine assets in Ivory Coast, Senegal and Mali, valued at billions of dollars. In the highly prospective Birimian greenstone belt across West Africa, natural resource wealth is going straight into the pockets of the British and other Western economies because of this mining. But that aside, reports also tells us that Endeavour has not only been exploiting Burkina Faso, but also Senegal, where it keeps 90% of the profits from its Senegalese operations. There's also a pollution scandal surrounding the company. Last month, the contaminated water from its gold mine in Ivory Coast leaked into a river, causing harm and poisoning 185 people, which it has denied.
Endeavour Mining categorically rejects the allegations of massive pollution of the Kavali River and endangerment of local populations. The findings made by the authorities have not revealed any critical pollution situation threatening the lives of the populations.
The ongoing exploitative relationship between countries in the global majority and their former colonizers continues to erode the foundations of their liberty. And Burkina Faso says that this doesn't need to go on. In fact, it doesn't need such partners, especially when there are others.
We have partners who've agreed to sell us equipment and who have even offered to be able to deliver strategic equipment to us and for us to be able to pay in time. We thank them for these gestures. And again, we say thank you to the people who have understood the meaning of the fight that we have to fight.
Old colonial habits die hard. The convenience of the West always seems to take precedence over Africa, but one would be naive to think that the West has a legitimate concern about Africa, its people, or even about their development. However, it seems like African countries have found a reliable partner.
The president explained that the government's decision was dictated by the need to fill the budget and build up the country's gold and currency reserves in the context of the anti-terrorist operation. He also promised to ask experts in the field of mining about the possibility of providing preferences for Russians.
The page of predatory Western powers plundering mineral resources of the Sahel now seems to be turning once and for all. The story of Endeavour Mining in Burkina Faso is over. It is a start of many ways that the Sahel is taking back what it once lost and rightfully owns.
So I believe you have listened to the whole video and what happened in Burkina Faso. Those things are the things that we have been talking about. That is the reason why Biafran government are pushing and making sure that Biafran comes. Simply because what Britons are doing in Burkina Faso, just like you heard in the video, is the same thing they are doing in every other West Africa. And Africa has not developed with this kind of condition. The only issue we have, among us, apart from Britain and their greediness and all that, is because they have a lot of enablers in Nigeria than any other African countries. And those enablers are the one making sure they last long. They have chance that doing what they have chance to do what they're doing at the moment. We cannot ignore the fact that it is good to, see foreigners in your land, to do business with them and do whatever you want to do with them. But ask yourself, what is their mission and agenda? Not only Britain, France as well. All those European countries. The time you need to start paying attention to know what these people actually want is better for you. When Master said that Biafran is the light of Africa, this is one of it. Because those Europeans, those Western people, they understand that Biafrans are different species. They know. It is not pride. It is not being arrogant. It is a fact. One thing you need to understand is that Nigerian and Northerners and Yoruba did not just wake up one day and say, okay, Igbos will not rule. From my own belief, this is my own opinion, I believe that people that give them that advice and project that idea are these British people. They are the one that did it. And African cannot wake up with that, making sure that you have this kind of total freedom. So this Neocolonialisation and whatever they're doing should come to you can say, okay, maybe you may say, okay, let us give them chance. But the more you're giving them chance, you are digging your own grave. All right. So I don't want to say much about it, because I believe that you have heard it all. Thank God for the life of Burkina Faso president, this young, vibrant man. I believe, the backup that Russians are giving, that Russians gave to him and other African countries, for those who want to actually, liberate themselves, you have to step in, you have to do one or two things, that you do what you're supposed to do, then help will come. Thank you so much, and see you on another one. Don't forget to like the video and share it. Comment and tell us what you think about this particular information. I will check the comment section. See you again. Bye bye for now.